Hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to Crypto Coin Mindset. We got Crypto Badel here with us and BC PortCorp. Both have been on this channel before. Although when we were talking before we got out here, just realized they'd never been on at the same time. So I'm glad that they were both able to make it today. Welcome, guys. Appreciate you being here.
I'm glad to be here. I've actually seen Crypto Badel on the Friday shows, so it's kind of nice to actually be on with them.
Hopefully it wasn't in the later hours of the last few weeks, but
maybe.
I've been a really tired person lately, and I have a habit of falling asleep on Friday night streams.
No, we forgive you.
I'm normally in bed extra early, so yeah, I don't tune in to the later part. It's always the beginning.
That's okay. That's probably the best part, though. You know. Yeah. So just to what they're talking about. Friday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time, Crypto on the Rocks. Bring your beverage and come on and join us. Now, tonight, normally, for those who are familiar with my channel, tonight normally is a Matrix Money podcast stream. But if you tuned in last week, you know we had to take a couple of weeks off. JAR is moving. FF is over in Hong Kong enjoying the Bitcoin activities over there. So it's just me, and that seemed really like, yeah, why would you all want to see me there about that? And then what happens? Then we have another president do a whole meme coin thing, and I reached out, and these guys were kind enough to be like, yeah, we'll come on and complain about that. So that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button, tick that bell icon, click the all so you know when I'm live and or dropping videos. And please follow these guys. The link to their contacts, both on X and on YouTube, are in the description. So go ahead and follow them if you're not already doing that. And don't forget, smash up the like. Smash up the like. All right, before we kind of get into Milei and what happened with the Libra coin, let's see who's here in the chat and give a couple of shout outs. So let's see, where are we? We got Automatic Beats. Always a good supporter of this channel. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. Sarah KB. Listen, old man eyes. It's tough to read some of that.
It's KH1.
KH1, thank you. See, that's why Badel's got my back, man. Badel's got my back. And I appreciate you being here. Thank you for being here. So anybody else I'm missing? I don't think so. Listen, though, I've got a poll going on as you're coming in to see if you lost any money on either Trump, Melania, or this Libra coin. So far, the majority of people haven't, but it's still early. We'll check that poll at the end there. All right, guys. I guess we got to start somewhere. So let's start with this. Now, BC, I'm going to guess you're pretty familiar with the KBC newsletter, right?
Most definitely. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're going to start with them. And in this case, it's a post that they put up. I believe this was later in the day yesterday, and basically they talk about how Milei, as they put it, destroyed the meme coin market, and that he launched meme coin Libra, which in fairness he's now saying, hey man, I had nothing to do with that, I just kind of tried to help somebody. We're not going to get too far down all that rabbit hole, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. The bottom line is, according to this tweet right here, within 5 hours, it basically dropped $4.4 billion in market cap. Like, holy crap. And here is a snapshot of the chart. I don't know, guys. It's like we've seen this maybe a time or two before. I don't know. What do you think? Guys, jump in as you want.
It went from 0.00001 to $5.20 in 40 minutes. And then immediately after that, lost 85% of its value because, like we've seen over and over, even with legitimate projects, we saw it with ICP last cycle. ICP had all of their venture capital that they had invest actual money, which is a little bit different than some of the current projects that we're going to be talking about. Right. But they had venture capitals actually invest actual money. And as soon as it hit market, they sold off. And instead, this time, the people that were in before wrote it out and then let everyone buy in, and then sold off on them.
Right.
So, like, it's just getting worse and worse. And it's like, oh, we'll have a pre-release to you guys, which wink, wink, nod, nod. You're my buddy, so we'll all make this money, and then we'll just take all these dum-dums money, which is how they look at it over and over and over again. Which is like, what else are you going to expect from someone that's trying to capitalize on their name?
I agree, man. Please let it go, because I'm with you. It gets aggravating. For those of us who are like try to be legitimately into the space, do smart investments, do our own research, who are trying to teach others how to do the same thing and promote this space for what it was meant to be. This is, I'm trying to be polite right now. If this was crypto on the rocks, I'd be swearing my head off right now, but it's not. So it's frustrating, to say the least. I mean, I'm sure there's a harder or more harsh word than that. Feel free, guys, to throw it.
Beyond aggravating.
Yes.
You could take this rug pull and compare it to a couple of other rug pulls, but this is just bigger because it was like the president of a country.
Yes,
Argentina,
that was involved in it. I mean, like, a lot of people made comments about the whole Haktua girl and that rug, and it's like, okay, but what's the difference? You still got rugged, like, oh, just because it's a bigger person of a country that makes it different? Not really. I mean, there's a lot of rug pulls out there that people get caught up in every day, maybe multiple times a day, but because they don't have a star or a president or a big name attached to it, everybody just turns a blind eye to it.
Yeah, except for those who get caught up in it. And listen, I'm all about personal responsibility. So, shame on you if you're putting your life savings into meme coins. I'm sorry. I got no. In case you're new to this channel, I can't stand meme coins. Don't own any meme coins. We'll never own any meme coins. But I think they're with few exceptions. I'll let's put it that way. With few exceptions, I think that they are a horrible representation of the space. That being said, I get why people go in. I get why people try to trade them, whatever, try to ride it up, get their money. But damn, I can't get behind it. I just cannot get behind it. And speaking of trading them, Trade Intuition in the house. Appreciate you being here, brother. And if you want to learn how to trade these things, there's the man you need to follow. Link to his stuff is in the description as well. Yes, and what he just said right there. Smash that like. Smash it up. Appreciate that. Guys, you want to throw any other 2 cents in there before I bring up what I had for the latest news about this thing?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I think the problem with meme coins is everybody wants to get rich quick. So they see all these people made millions, if not billions, off of meme coins. So they're, attempting to do the same. I mean, CCM, like, I made some good money off of Purple Pepe.
I know you did.
But I also lost like 100 million when I broke my phone. So I don't know what that's worth, but I mean, I made money off that. But you know how many other meme coins I invested like $20, $30 into? And right now it's worth like pennies.
Yep. Yeah.
So I mean, to me, it's like a give and take. You're not going to win them all, but you're hopefully not going to lose them all. But is it going to make you a millionaire? Probably not.
Exactly. And we're going to see in a couple of video clips why that is very unlikely the case unless you're one of the insiders. But BC, I want to let you just finish what you were going to say, and I'll pull up that article.
Well, it's like I told my buddy who lost the most money he had ever lost in his trading adventure on Trump. and he came to me afterwards, and he wanted me to set him straight. And he was like, "What's your thoughts on Trump?" And I was like, "I'm just gonna skirt this because I could go for like an hour, and I don't think you have that." He's like, "I've been in this space since 2011, and I only trade Bitcoin, and I pretty much only buy Bitcoin and will only hold Bitcoin. And there's a reason for that, because anything that is got quickly will be lost just as quickly. And that's not just an investing thing, that is an entire life thing. If you get it the wrong way, you will lose it the wrong way just as quickly. And it's just been proven over and over again. If you take shortcuts to get a business growing, I took the shortcuts so that we could have this giant fund where we have lots of houses and all of that. All those people get screwed over at the end of the day. They lose all of that money. They have nothing to show for it. If you act without integrity to get something that you want, you will lose it just as quickly as you got it. And life will prove that to you over and over again. So just invest wisely and you'll be fine. You don't have to get it in one day. Get it over the next 40 years and then sit on your ass on a beach and relax.
Exactly. And I mean, I get, okay, I'm getting off topic already. Here we go. I remember when I first got in the space, I got in because, make extra money, right? But like, as I got down the rabbit hole, I got sucked into a lot of these, pump and dump things and other scam type of projects. I'm not gonna, to throw out BitConnect just to, date myself to some degree and so on. But it's like, you got to learn from those mistakes in this space. And that's where you get to what you're saying. And okay, then you go sit on the beach and you're good to go. But you got to, I guess most people, not everybody, some people come in and they're right on it. But for the most part, a lot of people just got to learn from the mistakes. So if you are in that cycle and you're one of the people who said yes in the poll that's on this live stream, then maybe you need to consider that this is your time to learn. And right the boat and head in the right direction. All right, so let me in the interest of trying to move this thing along a little bit, this has been the basic outline of the news with regard to, even though Milei has pulled down his the tweet supporting it and all this other kind of stuff, where basically you've got lawmakers and lawyers, etc., in Argentina looking to investigate this. And now, there may be some political angles to this. I don't even want to go down those roads right now. The bottom line is, I mean, if it were one of us that had did it with this kind of influence that Milei has, when we put that out there, we would probably be being investigated too. And you know what, BC, I wasn't going to have you even talk about it just now, but maybe you want to go, what we were talking about with like the last cycle and all of our celebrity endorsers.
Well, I mean, you kind of have to, because it's like we're watching it on a different scale now.
Exactly.
Where before they paid these people to go promote. Here's FTX. Here's Solana, the base of FTX, which, surprise, surprise, Solana's the big thing now, where all of this crap is continuing to happen because the barrier of entry is so low on Solana that a 12-year-old can have a little bit of money and live stream himself rugging people. Like,
amen, brother.
That's what Solana has become. And that's what Solana is known for. And this is why I just stay away from Solana. I don't even own Solana. I wrote it up to 200 and sold out, and I didn't care, because it just is what it is. All that money was there. That's fine, cool. But like, that's not a project I'm going to hold forever. I don't like it. It's got problems, which will make it never compete. But when you watch how they act, we're like, hey, I'm gonna go pay the biggest football player in the world at that time to promote this exchange. And I'm going to promote an exchange that's not even based in America to American citizens. and then you're just going to put your money in there. We're going to have Super Bowl ads, and then we're going to have this person buying, and then we're going to have Bored Ape Yacht Club coming in. And they're like, look, Kevin Hart owns a Bored Ape Yacht Club.
Yeah.
Don't you want one? And then they're down $700,000. Kevin was given that. He didn't pay any money for it. He was given it for free. And then all these dum-dums were like, hey, here's my $500,000. Oh, close to the end of the cycle, it's worth $5 million. And they were like, okay, well, it's just going to be amazing. It's going to keep going. It's going to keep going. Well, guess what? There's no utility. There's no utility on it. If there's no utility on it, there's actually no value on it, which is why you saw all of it shit out. And that's why you see every single thing that has no utility shitting out over and over and over again. You even see legitimate projects doing this, where they're like, hey, VCs, look at this amazing technology we made, like ICP, and we're going to sell you 70% of our supply before we even launch it to the public. And as soon as it hits to the public, all they do is they're like, thanks for all of this. Now it's valued way up here because your company's valuation was incredibly high. So the price per token is this. They sell it on exchange, get that money back, and then you're the sucker that buys in at $12, thinking that, oh, it's going to go back up to 700. Never been back up to 700. Never even been close to it. Like,
you're right.
This is what you're going to continue to see, and this is why you need to invest very wisely.
I'm with you, but Badel, by all means, if you got input, go throw it in, and then I'm going to bring this up because it plays right with this.
I was going to ask, now correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe with the Bored Ape Yacht Club, the NFTs, there was actually a use case, and that was like a once a year yacht club party for Bored Ape Yacht
Club. Really?
Club.
I didn't even know about that, so I thought they were useless. So there you go.
I mean, but is that a utility at all?
I mean, if you're going to spend $4 million or say $3 million on an NFT to get invited to this private yacht club party that might happen once a year, then fine, go ahead. But I mean, if that's its only use case, that's not much of a use case at all.
That's what I'm saying. That's not really utility. It's like, oh, we're the best of the best. We're the rich and we're the famous. And we got this NFT, so come join our party. Where like it was cool, it was flashy, but like that's not a utility,
right?
At the end of the day, I can't take this Bored Ape Yacht Club and like give it to someone for food to feed my family. That's utility. I can't store it in my closet and wait 5 years for it to be up in value instead of my dollar, which is down 20% in 5 years. Like that's utility. The Bitcoin is gold. That's utility. Like this is what you're seeing over and over is the utility does fine. They don't get amazing names. Like they're not being invested in heavily this cycle because everyone's chasing money. Crypto got broken by COVID. And it hasn't fixed itself yet.
Yeah, I think like the Bored Ape Yacht clubs and all the NFTs came around back when Ethereum, you could mine it and make good money. And a lot of people had so much money they didn't know what to do with. And then people came out with NFTs, and then people are buying up NFTs, and it's like, well, what's the point of an NFT? It's pixelated JPEG from like the 1980s. Like, come on, why are you paying millions or hundreds of dollars for this stupid little picture? And then now it seems to be the new venture is Memecoins, and it's like, well, okay, well, what's next?
I got you. And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Sorry about that.
We'll see what's next. I think the whole NFT thing was just early. Because there could be a lot of utility behind NFTs. No one's exploring NFTs now because it got destroyed by the whole 2021 cycle. It'd be very nice to have crypto gaming and crypto NFTs where it's like, hey, I've got a Fortnite account. I've got some really nice skins that were around from the OG season. And it'd be really nice to not have to sell my account, and I could just sell a skin as an NFT. That's where NFTs come to play, but we're just really early on it.
Well, there are some games that do have NFTs that you need to play the game.
Yeah.
You know, like Step In. I got into Step In, I feel a little late, but it was also a lot earlier than most people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, you're right. And there's
I
so
walk
many
around the block once a day and make $30. Granted, I spent, say, $400 on this NFT, but it was a 10-day ROI. I made all my money back in 10 days. And that was just by walking around the block once a day. If I walked a little bit further because I bought cheaper shoes and increased my energy, I mean, there was times I was making $50, $60 a day just go by walking for 20 minutes a day.
Oh, yeah.
And I do that now with the same stuff. I'm making 5 cents, maybe.
Right.
So it's like I made my money out of it, but
we're going to see a resurgence of stuff like that because much like BC has mentioned that, you know, shit got broken and that people are off in you know, different areas. Hence, we're seeing this whole meme resurgence thing. And I just want to shout out LBC in the house. Appreciate you. And the fact that he's talking right here, NFTs don't have to be pictures. Exactly right. They have many use cases, exactly. That truth be told, that's what I was thinking about right there as like one of the best use cases that LBC is bringing up. But again, I think we may have to be waiting a bit in order to see that kind of thing. Yes, medical information. I'm all about that. I can't, given my circumstances with my wife's illness, I deal with the medical establishment way more than I care to. And what a pain in the ass it is when you're trying to go from one siloed group to another siloed group. And to have complete control over medical information would be like so good. Anyway, okay, so let me bring this back up because it again goes off to what BC was saying a minute ago. This is from Digital Asset News, and he put this was earlier today. Lots of negative news coming out today about Solana and the bad people in it. To be fair, this isn't Solana's technical issues like shutting down, which that's bad enough. But and his words here, greedy scum of the earth people issues, basically, which will all be all over X today. Yes, because people throwing everybody and their brother under the bus to save their own necks, basically. Solana down 40% in 30 days. And yeah, I pulled up the Solana chart myself earlier, and it did look very much like that. And again, to the point a little bit of what BC was saying a minute ago, that, you know, shit's broken, and a lot of the broken seems to be in Solana. I mean, let's look at just the presidential meme coins that we've talked about in the poll. Trump on Solana, Melania on Solana, Libra on Solana. It is super easy, like BC said, 12-year-olds rugging people for millions of dollars because you can. It's easy. Why not? Now, I guess my question is, and we can suss this out a little bit, is, well, some people may say, you know what, that's personal responsibility. And I agree to a point. But should Solana be, I hesitate to use the word responsible, but you get my point. Do they have some culpability in this? Because again, there is the ability for a 12-year-old to go in there and do this kind of thing. And I get the other argument is, well, it needs to be open source. It needs to be this. It needs to be that. And, you know, there needs to be ability for us to do whatever the heck we want in here. I don't know. I see both arguments, but I would love to hear what you guys think about both arguments. So
I think they
whoever
should
wants to jump first.
I think they should be held accountable.
Okay.
Sorry, see, I just jumped in because I know mine's going to be kind of quick. I don't know what you have to say, but I mean, to me, it's like they're the one that kind of controls and regulates what happens on their network, so they should be held accountable.
Well, and I'll agree with that, because guess what? When they go down and they come back as quickly as they do, that it's not a decentralized network. That's all I'm saying. We'll just leave that there, because this isn't about their network issues. But anyway, go ahead,
we
BC.
can make it about it if you want.
Maybe another live stream. Maybe on another live stream.
I mean, at the same point, though, like Solana, a lot of people over the last few years have been dogging it because it goes down all the time.
Right, exactly. That was my point. Even though that's not what this stream is about.
Over another, crypto platform or blockchain to spread meme coins on. Oh, maybe because it was the easiest, because it always goes down, because apparently it's not the best.
Well, so that goes that barrier to entry thing.
You're about to hit what I was just going to say. Go ahead.
I believe they've upped it now. It's now 7 Solana to create a project to have a liquidity pool. But a lot of these other projects where it's like, okay, well, I want to create a liquidity pool. Okay, well, we don't give you liquidity tokens. You created this liquidity pool and it's for your token. So congratulations, you gave your money to this project and you now own some of the tokens of the project, as opposed to Solana is like, hey, here's the liquidity tokens to the liquidity pool, which you can just do whatever you want with. Yeah, you should be held responsible for that. They hold gun companies responsible for creating a certain part to a gun that makes it more efficient for people to kill people with. So why shouldn't you hold a company that makes a financial asset, which makes it very easy to steal other people's money? If anything, you should be held just as accountable as you've held the gun companies, as you've held food companies who have intentionally released products with poison in them to kill people. Like, you're just as responsible because you are releasing the project. That barrier to entry is the big problem. It's why it'll struggle to compete as things go forward. If you don't change that, cool, it's super easy to make a project and bring people in. Awesome. That was nice when crypto wasn't a thing. Like, nobody knew about crypto, but like ADA does it fine. Yeah. Is there a barrier to entry on ADA to create a project? Yeah. But do they have programs to make it just as easy for anyone to create a project? Yes. But it takes time. And that time and effort is what will separate from an actual legitimate project as opposed to a scam project, which is just there with the intention of you putting your dollars in it so that I can take them. That the barrier to entry is the whole thing. Nobody scams on Ethereum because nobody's trying to pay thousands of dollars to scam someone. That's dumb.
Exactly. And that's what I was going to say a minute ago. It's like, that used to be the argument for Ethereum. You know what I mean? Oh my God, every shit coin is on Ethereum, but now it's not so cheap to be doing that on Ethereum. So yes, exactly.
But like,
it hasn't been cheap to deal with Ethereum.
Well, there was a short period of time there. And LBC is saying Eric Voorhees says it will all self-regulate over time. Thoughts? I'm assuming you're referring to crypto as a whole.
Probably, most likely.
LBC. You guys want to throw out your thoughts about that? I do believe that
regulate over time, because a lot of people are either going to get burned or just get, what's that word? They don't want to pay attention to all the bad news revolving around crypto. So it's going to get a lot of the good people and a lot of the bad people out of crypto.
But you don't think it's going to self-regulate? In other words, you don't think the crypto industry, the crypto space as a whole, will end up being its own regulatory body on itself?
I think it will, because, I mean, we had the NFTs. A lot of people lost money. A lot of people made money, just like the meme coins. A lot of people made money. Most people lost a lot of money. So I think, like the meme coins are going to be just like the NFTs. They're going to go away here real soon. Then there's going to be something else, and then something else. And then a lot of people that are being introduced to these meme coins, NFTs, things like that are just going to realize, hey, let me just buy the coin and sit on it.
BC, what do you think?
Yes and no.
Okay.
I think that wherever there's money, bad actors will be. And because of the lack of actual regulation and in crypto in general, that it makes it very easy for bad actors to do bad things, which they're kind of incentivized in a lot of ways to continue doing bad actions, because at the end of the day, they're not caught, they're not punished, there's no legal repercussions for them doing any of these things. So I think you need kind of some legal regulatory clarity on a lot of this. You need people that actually get in trouble for bad actions, and then you'll see the crypto space actually clean itself up.
Well, can I ask you a follow-up question on that? Do you think that needs to be on a project by project basis or crypto by crypto basis, or do you think that needs to be the space as a whole needs that regulation?
Kind of all of it, where
Okay.
you just saw the UK doing it very easily, where Pump Fun by Solana no longer exists in the UK. That's a
Yes.
very, very easy way to regulate. And it's like, okay, we know that these are bullshit, and if you want to buy legitimate projects, here's Kraken. So the UK made it, kind of forced it on them. So if you want to make money in crypto in the UK, release a legitimate project and get it put on Kraken. Other than that, they're just like, get out of here, which is kind of what you need to see done in big marketplaces, especially like the US, which has some of the most money in crypto. If the US follows suit on that, you're going to very quickly see the crypto space regulate itself. Solana will raise that barrier to entry just a bit, because, hey, guess what? Now we can't do this very easy thing to bring in a lot of liquidity. Now we need to figure out how to get liquidity legitimately. So regulation is never done, and it's never been done in any space of the economy done by the people that are trying to make the money. Regulation is forced on them, or it is forced on them by the public. Those are the two ways it happens.
Okay, I wasn't going to ask this question, but now that you started talking about it, I'm going to ask this question, and I'm going to this wasn't meant for this. This was just because the Trump meme coin was a part of this, and they were recently are doing an airdrop for people who hold their meme coin there. But here's my question: do you really believe that there's going to be adequate adequate cryptocurrency regulation in the US, given you've got this, right? Wait, which way? That way, right here. You've got the president of the United States dropping a meme coin before his inauguration, basically a pump and a dump, Melania coin, pump and a dump. And now, this is the guy that's not necessarily in charge, but he has significant influence on the direction of said regulation.
I mean, he does and he doesn't. So Gary Gensler is gone, but there's still 5 other people in charge of the SEC that are there that have a very similar mindset to what Gary did. So it's not just a one-person thing. Yeah, you might get someone in there that's pro-crypto, but how pro-crypto are they? And how much are they willing to battle against 5 other people that are still in there that have very similar thoughts to Gary? That's kind of what the new administration is going to be battling with. You might be able to get Bitcoin and Ethereum and say BNB and XRP and Link and say some more actual American projects that have utility, kind of with nice legal clarity. But you might also see some of the same stuff where it's like, we need to regulate the space because guess what? You've got presidents who who are shitting on people with their meme coin. That you put your money in, we give you a fake utility with it where you can buy Trump merchandise, which is not a utility at all. It's a utility, but it's not a utility. You can't actually do anything with it besides that. So they're going to have the same problems they did with those projects as they did before, where they're going to look at Solana and they're like, oh, does Solana deserve an ETF? And they were like, well, look at the Solana blockchain. And that was the whole reason that they said Solana should not have an ETF. And guess what? 5 of those people that said that are still there.
Yeah, no, I get that. And I agree with you. And that to me is more short-term regulation. I was, when I asked the question, I was kind of thinking more about like congressional bills coming through, that kind of thing, with the sway of influence from, well, Trump, whatever, because already we've heard his crypto czar saying that, you know, things like NFTs and meme coins are not securities. So if you're building that into the law that is written by Congress, which will then be the law of the land with regard to crypto in the US, is that a problem? Is that too much influence? Do you see where I'm going with that? Am I phrasing my question correctly?
Well, see, and you've had Bitcoin bills that have been put on the floor 3 times now, and we are now sitting on it for the 3rd time, and it has struggled to even pass under past administration.
I was going to say, previous administrations, yes,
but even still now with current administration. You've got a 51 majority in the Senate. You ain't getting shit done.
Yeah, there are a few rhinos in there. Yeah, the 53 is 51 at best. Yeah.
Well, and that's where it's like you're going to still struggle, because like even though the House is fine, you've still got the opposite side where it's like, okay, you don't have a majority. You're not getting your 60 votes. It's getting quashed here. And this is what you're going to see under current administration still have to deal with. That there's going to still be that little bit of a bit. Yeah, Trump can want all he wants. And it's nice. It's nice that he talks pro crypto and all of that.
Yes.
But like how pro crypto is it when everyone that bought Trump coin just got shit on? Oh, I bought Trump because I like Trump, and he said to buy Trump because this is the official one. But like, where'd all my money go? He said it was going up. Like, that's not very pro crypto.
Oh my goodness! Like I said, it wasn't like I was trying to get down this proverbial road here. And listen, for those, I am gonna bring it back here a little bit because there are at least 2. If we can get to 3 without going way over in time, we'll do the 3 video clips. Now, the guy Hayden Davis, who was involved with this, has done an interview with CoffeeZilla. I'm going to bring up one of the clips I want to show you right now, where he answers questions and that's the right one. There we go. And where he answers a bunch of questions put to him about insider trading, this, that, and the other thing. I think that if you listen to the, well, let's put it this way. I'm going to let everybody just kind of listen to this and we'll come back and discuss it. But after listening to this, I don't know about you, but I was pissed off. So like, what do you say? We'll run it and then we can all be pissed off together. What do you say?
Sounds good to me.
All right, here we go. Here's the first clip. In this one, he's talking about people having prior knowledge to the launch.
But the weird thing is that the people who always say like, oh, there shouldn't be like this regulation or that regulation are always the people who are tilting the table at the casino. Like I hear Dave Portnoy talk about like, oh, you babies in the trenches, where, cry.
I love how he puts Portnoy in here.
Okay, first of all, most babies in the trenches aren't getting refunded $5 million. Secondly, Dave's like, oh, you're mad at me because I dumped on you before you dumped on me, stuff like that.
You're just mad you didn't dump them on fucking me.
It's like, well, Dave,
language.
You're part of what controls what people do because people are trading based on you. So it's like, of course, people inside the casino who control the most levers are like, yeah, we don't think there should be any rules as to like what we say or what we do, as long as we just disclose like, hey, I'm gonna do this to you, you know, not financial advice, whatever.
Let me just say, like, don't like people like Dave, for example. Like Dave A is a good guy. Number one. Number two, Dave doesn't know that much about what's going on with meme coins yet. Like he doesn't. He has no idea. Like he's just kind of like figuring it out. He just figured out a couple weeks ago, like shit. If I bet on this and I talk about it, oh, the price goes up. This is so crazy and weird. How do I do? Like, what do I do with this?
Look, hold on. I don't want to focus on him because in some ways I appreciate his transparency and it shows a lot of the things that are going on behind the scenes that we don't see. But what I'm just making the larger point, which is that everybody who's like, yeah, we should deregulate this, whatever. It's like, and this shouldn't be treated like everything else. They are also a lot of the times you'll find the same people who are rigging the game or have some hand in the game that is an unfair advantage. It's just like what you said. The people who complain are the people without the unfair advantage. The people who don't complain are the people with the unfair advantage. Like I think that is a true statement. I want to move on though from that because look, like a lot of this has turned into some of the wallets which are being linked back to you are like linked to wallets which sniped the coins that you launched, right? So in the case of Libra, there's the wallet which Dave got refunded by, which is, according to him, your personal funds, was linked to an Avalanche wallet which was funded like a sniper of Libra. So, but if you launch the coin, isn't it unfair for you to snipe the coin?
So I would say no, and I would say that for a couple different reasons. Number one, a lot of the times when, and again, this is like, I mean, again, it's a much larger conversation, which is what I told you in text. But most of the time when I have different money in different places, obviously. But from the standpoint of sniping, most of the time when we're sniping, we're attempting to avoid other snipers getting in, right? So whether that's, and by the way,
sorry, I gotta chime in with bullshit. Anyway.
I don't conduct snipes. I'm not a dev. I just want to throw that out there for like, I don't even know how to. If you put me in front of a computer and had me try and figure out how to snipe, I don't even know I've never done a bot. I don't know any of that shit.
But you're not denying that wallets linked to you sniped Libra.
No,
but you're just saying you didn't do it.
Link to the project. I wouldn't say link to me. I would say link to the project.
Link to the wallet which refunded Dave, which Dave said was your personal funds.
That just happened to be at the time of stress where we moved money from, but that was just a mistake. I mean, if anything, because in that particular case, all I would do is like that money when it went back.
You get the point of the circle jerk that's going on here with people in the background who know obviously what's going on, people who are sitting there with multiple wallets sniping their own damn project, and they're doing it for the benefit of the project, of course, because
because they're trying to beat the other snipers, like you said. They're trying to keep their money in the house.
I don't know. You guys buying that? I mean, I don't know. That just kind of aggravated me. Okay. First off, let me start out before the comments and the people watching it later in the comments are gonna like blow me up with, "Come on, are you that naive? How long you been around here?" Blah blah blah. Yes, okay. I'm not that naive. I know that kind of shit happens. The more I listen to this interview, which is over an hour long, and we're not going to take even a third of that there, but it just amazed me the extent of it, I guess, or the depth of it, for lack of better phrase. Anyway, sorry. So I get it, but all right, go ahead, guys. Have at it.
He's the creator. I mean, it doesn't mean he knows how to snipe, but I'm sure he knows people that knows how to do that.
Okay, but he set up multiple wallets to be able to do it out of his own admission in that statement.
And this is the problem that I was talking about pre-show, where it's like, hey, I'm gonna make this project. You friend with money, and you friend with money, and you friend with money, and you friend with money.
Yes,
we're gonna make some money.
Yes,
and you get so and so person. This time it happened to be a president instead of a famous quarterback or a musician or an actor. This time it was a president, and they're like, "Hey, check this project out. It's for freedom for Argentina." And guess what? You're going to have a bunch of people buying in on that one.
Yeah, believe in the Viva la Liberté.
Oh, yeah. And then what do you do at the end of the day, which they were always going to do, just like everyone else has done the entire time, which is, hey, now that you guys are in, thanks for your money, which is why I say that the space needs regulation. You can't drop a stock and then be like, oh, well, thank you. This is my stock. Here we go. It went through the SEC. It got approved. And like, as soon as it drops, we just sniper enteried all of the. No, there's no private sale beforehand. Hey, wink, wink, nod, nod. All of you who have money, you can have this for pennies on the dollar. We're going to evaluate it at billions. And then we're going to drop this ICO, like that's what the crypto term, ICO, initial coin offering, but our company's been valued at $4 billion, so we can break it all down. This is how many coins there are, so this is the value of a coin, and as soon as it hits market, you sell it off. There is none of that with an IPO, an initial stock offering. You don't get that. There is no behind the scenes. It's all legitimate, and that's what the crypto space needs.
Exactly. In order to do insider trading, you have to be in Congress. Come on.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You got to know what bills are going to be.
But at that point, it's legal because they never get busted.
Exactly. They're not Martha Stewart. Come on.
See, and their insider trading is a little bit different. Their insider trading is, hey, we know regulation that's going to pass through. That's going to be very beneficial. Not, hey, we're buddies with the people at this company that are about to release this stock, so we get the stock for free, and then it's released to the public, and then you buy in and we sell the stock that we put no money in and walk away with millions. There's none of that in the stock market. The stock market would not exist if it did. So it's a little
insider
bit
information. Yes, technically is it.
As opposed to you got these. You got Libra for free, bro, and then it's $4.5 million in market cap, and then you just sell it off and you walk away with free money.
And you walk away with a pile full of money. Yeah, exactly. Just gonna say hey to a couple of people. Jeffrey, welcome. Appreciate you being here. Buck, and appreciate you being here. Welcome. And Jesse is in the house. Jesse, welcome. Appreciate you being here as always. And yes, what he said. Smash up that like button. Smash it up. Appreciate everybody. Thank you guys for being here. All right, so let's get through at least, because here we are. We're pushing that hour time frame, and I do want to be able to wrap it up without going completely nuts. But I'd like to at least catch this next piece of that interview. Again, it's about 3.5 minutes long, and this is where he really goes into it about the whole sniping thing. So I think it would be worthy, and then we can maybe wrap up the sniping conversation here a little bit. So let me bring that up, and we will get to that. Matter of fact, I forgot where I was here. I'm sorry, guys. Wrong buttons. There it goes. Got it. Here we go.
Like that money that we consider sniping, quote unquote, is the project's money, right? That's how we do it and anytime we've done it, that's how we do it. And the most of the time, the snipe is to deter. And if there's enough volume on the project, we use it so that it has the ability to continue on. And I think that's very hard for people to understand.
I will agree. I will agree with that. I think that is going to be hard to understand
because you have look, right? You have, and I'll give you a great example. If you look at Trump and you look at the snipes, right? Trump had so much volume, the snipes didn't matter. They made zero difference.
No, wait, hang on. That's not true. There was a guy who sniped early for $1 million. The big crash in Melania that everyone attributes to Melania was actually that sniper selling like tens of millions of dollars of coins.
Like the one that did like 84 mil, right? That one. Yeah. I mean, we could argue all day. My point is, sniping when you're the team, I'm not saying it always should happen, but I'm saying a lot of times it's to protect and if there's enough volume, take some off so that people can have a chance to pump the chart back up. Because with meme coins, they go up and down so fast, these projects can get killed in 2 days. And the only hope is that you have enough of a treasury to go and try and beat the snipers. This is a conversation that goes on with everybody in Solana. Everybody that knows how these launches work, that is the conversation.
Do you think?
Okay, I got to stop it right there because I can feel my blood pressure already going through the roof right now. And for a couple of reasons. One, it's like he's trying to legitimize what they're doing by sniping the project. Oh yeah, we're here to protect the project. It's like, dude, come here. I got a throat punch for you. Okay, don't even. It's like, if the project is gonna die after 2 days, maybe you should consider not putting the project together in the first place. Because like BC was BC was saying earlier, it's like, where's the utility? Where is the utility? It doesn't exist. And then what was that last thing he said? I don't know, Mike. But you know what? I'll let you guys chat about that for a second because like I literally got to take a drink here. Go.
Just I understand kind of where he's coming from with the whole snipey thing and it trying to protect the coin. I get that, but I don't know about this big of a scale, because if you hire somebody to snipe your own coin to put the money back into the coin to prevent somebody from rug pulling you, then put the money back in the coin. Don't just put it in your own personal bank account.
Okay, in fairness, it's what you're saying right now. I just want to, because if we're not going to watch that part of the video, but he does talk about doing that later on in that interview, putting all the money back in the coin and then let the free for all happen. So I just wanted to acknowledge where you're saying that, Badel, that he does talk about doing that, but although not what he's talking about in that last clip.
But on the video that I saw on Randy Hipper's channel today, he said something about like he's gonna put back all the fees that he was like he's got the coin and the pool, so all the fees he gets that money to. So he was gonna give all that fee money back. But then somebody asked him about a question about like, well, what about all the liquidity? And he said something about the liquidity, that the liquidity wasn't sold, it was transferred. Yes. But then they found out that it was transferred and then sold and then sent right back to him.
Exactly.
So it's like he's kind of just
and that's we're talking about the same piece. You and I are talking about the same piece of the interview. It's a longer piece, and bottom line is you're right on with what you're saying there, brother. You're right on with what you're saying there.
I mean, I get it if you need to snipe your own project to protect your project, but then put the money back in the project, not just put it in your bank account and live your millionaire lifestyle and say, forget it.
Yeah, see, I'm not about that, but that's just me. BC, what say you?
See, all I hear when I hear, oh, we're sniping our project, is that your project is so crap that you have to manipulate your own project to make sure that it stays alive.
Exactly.
Anything that's legitimate doesn't need to be kept alive. It'll stay alive. ADA is a legitimate project that, though it has struggled quite heavily, has managed to stay alive with authentic action. Everyone shits all over ADA, but guess what? ADA's still here. ADA's still kicking. It needs no help. It needs no manipulative action in the background to be like, oh, look, ADA's only 30 cents right now. We need to do something. Like, they don't do that. Only an illegitimate project needs to be manipulated. So it's just the curtain's been lifted. Like,
I'm sorry, I had to put that up there. It's,
oh my
that's so
God.
funny. There you go. There you go. Oh my goodness. Listen, but that's what he even said. Well, if we didn't do that, the project would die in 2 days. Well, then, you know what I mean? Put it out of its misery now. Don't even bother. You know, it's like you
But
just
didn't
said.
the project still die in 2 days?
Well, he's saying if he didn't do that, it would die in 2 days.
Yeah, but still, didn't they do that and the project is still dead?
He's still sitting on 100 mil. Yeah, he's still sitting on 100 mil though.
Mm-hmm.
He's sitting on a wallet with 100 mil.
The project is still dead. They just wanted the money. That's all.
Yeah.
They didn't want somebody else to get the money. They wanted the money. The project is still dead regardless.
Yep.
They just wanted the money for themselves and not anybody else.
Well,
Yeah,
and that's the thing with the rest of that interview. You're saying things. Oh, it sounds nice. Of like, oh, we got to do this to legitimize it and keep it safe and blah blah blah. And if you were going to do this and put it back in it, then why isn't the money back in the project? You're saying all this shit. You're talking out of this side of your mouth, saying all this nice shit, but this side of your mouth is talking all scummy. So it just doesn't add up. And it's never added up with a lot of these things. And the curtain is slowly lifting. And we just
slowly
need more
lifting.
people. We need more people to actually realize that, like, hey, all of these quick make money tokens are not going to get you anywhere.
I agree. It slowly come. I like to think slowly coming to that. And then and here's the other piece. The other piece. I was like, wait, I just lost my train of thought, and then it hit me as you guys were talking. It's like he's like, yeah, anybody that's doing a project on Solana has to consider this. Why? You got to consider scamming people because you're building on Solana.
Now you see what I say. When that post said it's not a Solana problem, it's totally a Solana problem.
It's like holy crap. Holy crap. Listen, I just want to point out a couple of things I highlighted here real quick. Just keep going till Billy Goat comes on. And to that end, I just thought that was funny that he put that in because, you know, I wanted to mention them. And Jay Violet, thank you for putting the link for Billy Goat X Space tonight in the chat. They are starting at 9 p.m. Eastern time. So I don't think we're going to be here at 9 p.m. or at least God willing here. I'm not going to be here at 9 p.m. tonight.
I mean, if they had a YouTube stream set up, we could.
I could forward it, but yes,
we can't forward our people to them, unfortunately, because it's on a whole different platform.
Yes, exactly. And 3 a.m. God bless you, Jesse. Oh man, I know you got that time difference going on. All right, listen. I appreciate everybody that's been here tonight, and we're going to start taking our last conversation around this so we can try and be respectful of everybody's time. But if, again, you haven't smashed up that like button, please do that. If you are not following these guys, links to their information is in the description. Make sure you go ahead and follow them. I really, really appreciate showing those guys some love. And I guess we're gonna bring it back here. To the poll, and then after we go around the horn here, we will close out the poll. So if you haven't voted on the poll, get to it. All right, are we truly, your opinion, guys, in the age of we got to worry about having presidents of countries rugging us here at this point, and these presidents of these countries, in order to be part of this, I don't know, new era, do they have to come out with meme coins? I mean, do you think this is where we're actually heading, or is this just like an anomaly? Whoever would like to start, have at it.
See, I think the new norm was set a while ago in COVID, and we're just seeing it actually come to fruition. Where,
so you think this is part of that?
Yes, I think this was all set into motion a long time ago, and we were always going to get here because it is so easy to do this in crypto because there's absolutely no regulation. And I know, like, it's very anti-crypto to say that crypto needs regulation because but like, yeah, especially with me being a Bitcoiner. But yeah, I do think the crypto space needs regulation if it's going to be what it can be. Other than that, I think you should just buy Bitcoin and hodl on and just tune it all out. And when you see more legitimate projects down the road that actually have utility, maybe look at them then. Other than that, just buy your Bitcoin and hodl on, and buy more Bitcoin and hodl on, and just stay safe. Because this is kind of the new norm, and we're going to keep seeing it until legal action is put into place.
Badel, you want to throw into 2 cents on that or what?
I completely with the BC Corp is buy Bitcoin and hodl. Buy more Bitcoin and hodl. But I take a little different side to that. Is I still like to hodl some bags of like some of the OG coins, Litecoin, Ravencoin, things like that. But I mean, I don't know, because I feel like cryptocurrency, there should be more than one. So if everybody throws money into Bitcoin, then what about all the other coins? Like, are they just going to go away? No, they're not. But maybe over time they will. I mean, Bitcoin is obviously the number one, and it's probably the best and safest. But then you had like the ordinals come out and all that other crap that kind of came out on Bitcoin, which Bitcoin was not meant for any of that. So it's like, why are you trying to build on something that's not meant for it? But as far as like regulations on crypto, I feel there should be. But I mean, the SEC needs to go first off, because they just keep suing everybody for no reason. Our taxpaying dollars are going to the SEC to sue these companies to make them more millions of dollars in a lawsuit. But where's that money going? Back to the government. It's like it's a whole third wheel of a Valentine's Day. We need to get rid of that third wheel. We just need to deal with that shit direct. And I don't know. I'm kind of getting off on a little tangent.
That's all right. Hey, we appreciate
what I was going to talk
tangents
about, but
we appreciate tangents here. How many times I'm on a soapbox. All right. So my 2 cents. I think we're all pretty much on the same page. We're just coming at it from slightly different angles here, because I can feel what BC is saying when he says, COVID broke crypto. Like I said, I've been in COVID since early 2017, and again, got in, about the money. But then once, I got burned, I said, okay, maybe I need to reconsider and take a different tact here. I learned from that. What COVID did in that sense, much like we discussed in the last live stream that BC and I did, it changed the ethos of the space to some degree, where it's no longer so much about sovereignty and that kind of thing as it is about where can I make my next buck and make it quick, and so yes, I see where that came from, and yes, I think that started changing the trajectory, say that 5 times fast, of the space. But I personally am concerned with this whole presidential meme coin thing. I mean, it would be one thing if, Trump, for example, said, I'm just going to put on meme coin, let everybody know about it, whatever, blah, 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 and then drop the meme coin. That's not how that whole thing went down. And, a lot of people got burned in it. Yeah, some people made some money, a la Ami Piper, right? Paid off his car, so, and great, super. But like a lot of people got burned. And now you got this whole Milei thing. So who's next is my concern. And where does it end? That's my proverbial 2 cents with this. we had so much more in the background, everybody, that we could have shown you, but we're already well over an hour. And I was trying to really keep this to an hour, despite the fact that people are asking me to keep it going until Billy Goat's Tales tonight at 9 p.m. Yeah, that's not happening. I love you guys. I really do. And I appreciate everybody that's been in the chat. But, you know, I still got some other stuff to do outside of this. So I want to thank both of you guys for being here tonight. And I appreciate the passion by both of you guys with talking about this. I really, really do. You know, I sometimes I feel like I go off on my own tangents sometimes. So it's nice to have some other people to make me look calm. So I appreciate that.
You should. One of my morning shows, I went on like a 20-minute tangent on all of this. I was quite unhinged, but everyone liked it. So,
hey, as long as it's entertaining, I guess. And and that's why I would say, like I said, if this was Crypto on the Rocks, I had a couple of drinks. Yeah, it would have been a lot more colorful language probably, but we tried to keep this somewhat family friendly on a Tuesday night. So, guys, is there anything that you want to put out to everybody before we wrap up? And about your channels, about anything, crypto, whatever, feel free. Badel, anything?
I don't know. Just been a tired old dog toy lately. Just been.
Well, if they want to talk with you again, you're going to be there Friday night, right?
Of course.
All right, Friday night, 7 p.m. if nothing else, you can catch Badel, Crypto on the Rocks.
I mean, to me, that's the nice part of my whole week. I mean, after yesterday, today, I'm done with this week already. I need to let it go, but I have to wait till Friday, and I still have to be a little bit conservative.
During the week.
Yeah.
I get it. BC, what about you? Anything going on your channel besides the usual?
Not just the usual. Check out Piper Academy. We got 5 shows a day.
Yes,
do a lot over there, and it's a lot of fun. I like that they don't tamper my voice any, and I get to have a little bit of unhinged rants sometimes. Which I know it's early, but if either of you would like to guest appear, it goes live at 6 a.m. Eastern time. So it'd be great to have you on.
All right, and here we go. I got to bring this up here. He said when you said, "Hey, where did my money go?" So he's telling me I got to make that a clip. All right, I got to go find that. So I got to go get the timestamp on that, and we'll make that into a clip. That was too funny. Well, I appreciate you guys being here, and what BC said. If you're not already following Piper Academy, again, link is in the description. Go ahead, follow those guys. What is it, 4 or 5 shows a day?
5 shows.
5 shows a day.
Maybe some more coming soon. So.
Oh my goodness, there you go. So you definitely need to be involved in watching these guys. These guys are great. They're all great. And here's the thing: even though they all have like a slightly different perspective, a different take on this, that, or whatever, or even when it comes to trading, like coming to trading, they may come to the same conclusion, but they come at it from different points of view. You know what? That's what you need to see, because if one guy doesn't click with you, the other guy might. So it's that simple. All right, I appreciate everybody being in here.
Piper Academy is a great channel to follow because, like you said, they've got 5 or 6 different people throughout the day that all have different variations on everything. And
yes, and the links.
I watch them. I fall asleep. I watch them in the middle of the day. They're still going live. I watch a little bit on my lunch break at work, and it's like, Jesus.
Yeah.
It's nice because you get different variations of kind of the same thing throughout the day.
Yeah, and again, everybody has a different take because different ages, different backgrounds, different whatever. It's but pretty much moving in the same direction. And thank you, LBC. Appreciate you being here. Thank you to everybody who was in the chat. You guys are welcome. Really appreciate the love. Thank you very much. And all right, we're gonna wrap this puppy up. Appreciate everybody being here. I'll try to put together some clips and hit some of the highlights in here, so watch for those coming up. And if nothing else, make sure you're here Friday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time, Crypto on the Rocks. We'd love to have you come on and join us and, have a beer, have a laugh. We have a good time. Take it easy. So, guys, thanks again for being here. Appreciate you. And hopefully you'll come on again when I give you that last minute notice and say, please. I appreciate it.
Problem.
All right. Take care, everybody. Have a great night.
Night.